Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, AQG here, and this time I figured we'd come back with another playthrough, this time for Azure Striker Gunvolt. Now, I talked about these games for a bit, because the Trilogy Enhanced just dropped like a couple of days ago, like a week from now, but I haven't actually played the games themselves, and looking on my channel, I kind of felt like I was giving Sonic a lot of love, and to be fair, it's my favorite franchise, so that's why I started with Sonic, but, you know, let's try some variety here. Let's do something else once in a while, right? And this is like, couldn't be the more perfect time, because actually I want to drop a bit of lore here before we get into like the story. I actually just wanted to play these games before I even knew the collection was coming out like a month or so ago. I was like, you know what? I want to play the Azure Striker Gunvolt games. I previously had only played the first two. The whole collection's on sale, so I bought all of them, the X games and everything. Like, let's play. And I was having a lot of fun. And then I just saw this thing was dropping, the Trilogy, which is what I'm playing it through, by the way. I'm playing this, the Trilogy Enhanced version of this game on Steam. So, yeah. So, yeah, when that was coming out as well, I was like, oh, perfect timing, let's talk about that. And now that I'm playing these games a lot, why not actually do a playthrough of them and share my thoughts? But yeah, so Azure Striker Gunvolt, we hopped right into it. We started the story immediately. And it seems like we're in this room here being, I want to say, interrogated? Maybe not interrogated? Tortured by this guy? Oh, no, this is no interrogation. I just wanted to torment the cute. Oh my god. Oh my god, what? Okay. So we kind of jumped in on a pretty critical point here. Seems like this guy's using this electrical whip, and you know, I don't know what he's doing with that. But oh, but we actually haven't met our main character yet, champs. Yeah, this is Electric Whip. You know who you're talking to, buddy? Electric attacks aren't very effective. This is Pikachu right here. I mean Azure Striker Gunvolt. Yep. Yep. I'm an adept, whatever the hell that is. Gunvolt! Yeah. Creepy. And yeah, with that we're straight into it. So yeah, the playthrough starts and we're immediately thrown into like the scene of we're apparently being tortured or something. We were caught. Okay, so what's happening here is kind of to give like a quick summary of the story. We live in a world where adepts, people who develop like supernatural powers, think like Quirks from My Hero Academia, if you watch that. So everyone has their own like superpowers and all that. And we live in a world where there's this corporation, right, Sumeragi, and they're taking advantage of them in unethical ways, taking advantage of the adepts and running like not good experiments. One of these adepts is called the Muse. From what I understand, they have the power to control people's minds with music or something like that, like brainwashing. So obviously Sumeragi hopped on that immediately, as you can no doubt tell. And we're trying to stop that. We're trying to destroy the Muse here. So yeah, this is our crew, very quick. We've met Gunvolt's our main guy, we're playing as him. We have Monica, the girl you saw talking just then. I forgot this guy's name. Zeno or something, I believe. And Asimov, the leader with the shades. And yeah, so we're an organization called Quill. We're like the rebels, we're the underdogs here. We're trying to stop Big Bad Sumeragi. And they immediately throw us into it. Just so you know, a couple of notes to mention. This actually game has like you can see now, like has dialogue in the stages where you can just listen in and read. You can turn it off if you want. I left it on for now to if you guys would like to, but I turned it off actually midway through the stage. I figure if you want to see like the additional lore and all that, you can just play the game for yourself or look it up on YouTube without my commentary over it. And yeah, so enough about the story. Let's get into the game. What is this game? This is made by Inti Creates, the guys who made Mega Man Zero, and a lot of other games. This is like their big IP, and basically it's a spiritual successor to Mega Man. So Gunvolt is basically Mega Man, but kind of like a twist. So you already seen what Gunvolt does in the cutscene. He's like and you see it through the gameplay now. He has like this electrical power. And how the gameplay works is that he uses his gun to tag enemies, and it goes up to 3 tags. You can see it at first. It starts with a blue, then a yellow, then a purple or pink, and yeah, you can tag enemies, and once enemies are tagged, you can use your flash field, which is basically the R1 button, where you can just, from anywhere, as long as an enemy's tagged, you don't even have to be shooting at them anymore. You can just hit R1, and then you're going to slowly electrify the enemy and take them out. So that's pretty neat. Honestly, it's a pretty fun way to shake up the Mega Man formula, and it's like Mega Man was also always like more defensive than Zero. Like you're always trying to keep a distance and find the good place to shoot people, to fight, you know, to hit enemies and all that. So yeah, here it's actually a bit more strategic, I find, too, because you're not even trying to stay within the same place that you're able to fire at them from. But all you need to really do is just find like one opportunity to tag them, and then you can just chill. You know, you can just lay back a little. You can, you know, and the whole the gimmick of the game, or like as you can see right here on the left of the screen, there's like this counter going up, and it's like the score attack of the game, or like how the game keeps score. The more enemies you take out at once, the more you're able to tag and take out. The more points it'll get, and obviously this game has a ranking system, so we'll see that play out when we're done with the game, when we're done with the stage. So yeah, that's Gunvolt basically. That's the gist of the gameplay. I think this game is very addicting. Another note I wanted to mention, I should have mentioned this earlier when I was doing it, but if you noticed early in the playthrough, I took off my I paused, and then there was like this equipment screen, and then I took off something called the pervasion chain. So what that does, you can see here, whenever I use my field with R1, it drains a bar right under Gunvolt's character. And there's also like a percentage underneath the health bar on the top left, if you see that as well. They both refer to the same thing. It's the EP gauge, or meter, or something, like, yeah. And you don't want to let that run out. Having that run out is not good, no bueno, so try to use it sparingly, and you can always reload by double tapping down twice. Anyway, just another showcase of the gameplay here if you have not seen it. See, I reloaded then because I was about to run out, and then this boss, you have to incapacitate him and then take out his weak spot whenever that appears. And yeah, pretty easy peasy first mini boss. So I took off something called the, yeah, here I take off the the thing. I'm like, you know what, it's fine. You guys can look up the gameplay yourselves, or the extra text yourselves. Those are checkpoints I'm skipping over, by the way. If you hit a checkpoint in the middle of the stage, this is something that kind of risk versus reward system, where if you skip checkpoint, or if you hit a checkpoint, it'll take, like, you see this score that I've accumulated on the it's called the kudos score. You see that? If I hit a checkpoint, I'm gonna lose that. So if I want to play a bit risky, aim for a higher score here, I can ignore the checkpoint, so I can like try to get a better rank, and rank is gonna affect some things I'm gonna mention later. This is the first part, guys, so I'm yapping a lot here trying to explain mechanics, and if you're new to these games, I really hope this isn't your first time seeing them, like on my channel. You might be a bit confused here. But yeah, I'll explain more on that later. But yeah, you can, like, there's like the slight risk versus reward system in this game where you can ignore checkpoints to get a higher score. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, so I took off in like the beginning of the game. You can go back to it and watch it. I took off something called the pervasion chain, and what that does is that makes it so that if you ever take damage while you're not using your electric field, the damage will be taken by the EP gauge instead of your actual health bar. And it's kind of like an interesting way to give, like, basically it has a pseudo easy mode when you start the game. So you can either choose to take that off or keep it on. I'll talk a bit more about that later as well, and the advantages of both. But if you're new to these types of games, like if this is your first like Mega Man type game and you're finding the game is pretty hard, then I'd suggest keeping that on. If not, if you've played like a lot of Mega Man games, and by the way, special move over here to finish off the boss. Yeah, stylish finish. And yeah, we learned a new skill. I'm sorry, there's so much to explain. But but yeah, if you've played Mega Man games before and this isn't like your first time with these games, I suggest you take that off actually, because the first time I played through this game, I didn't know that was a thing and I kept it on. you have it on by default. I kept it on, and I remember just blasting through this game. I didn't even remember anything about it, like to the point where when I came back for the second playthrough and took off the Pervasion Chain, I honestly, I thought it was a new game. I haven't played this game before. That's how like mind-numbing it was to play with it on at first. But yeah, so we cleared the stage, and I got an S rank because I'm that good. Don't expect those. Don't expect much more of those. But yeah, and after you get an S rank, you actually can get some additional materials. More on that later. There is a synthesis system, but yeah, we'll talk on that later. Anyway, so back to the story stuff. We've done it, guys. Oh. Oh my god, it can't be.
あなたは研究所の人じゃないの。この声はテレパシー。君がモルフォなのか。
Should I voice the characters? I'm thinking voicing the characters. Ah, well, no, Lumen, dear. I'm a manifestation of perceptible power, most known to me as the Muse. Look at that beautiful voice. I'm pretty good at this, actually. You know what? I'll do it. Please, will you get her, us, out of this place? This is GV. I've engaged the target. Update the mission. Information. The Muse is no computer program. She's a young girl, and an adept too. She's not hostile. Seems Sarang has been holding her against her will here. Those Sumeragi punks. They play so dirty. New mission objective. I'm gonna rescue the girl. You've done no such thing, Gunvolt. Eliminate the girl. Asimov! So yeah, the game is voiced in Japanese. So if you're speaking if you know Japanese, then I guess you don't need my wonderful voice over. You can just understand the characters or just read the text. But you know, I figured an immersive experience right here. They actually wouldn't dub these games until the third game. Well, until like X2, which came out right before the third game. So only 2 out of the 5 Gunvolt games are dubbed. But yeah. Anyway, so yeah, we just found. Apparently, we thought that the Muse was a computer program. Actually, it was not. It was a. It was a little girl. So yeah, now we actually Gunvolt's like, what? We want to save this girl. We have to make sure she's okay and everything. Asimov's like, no. What are you gonna do with her? This is a war-torn world. Where are you gonna take her? But then she wants to break free and sing her songs. So Gunvolt's like, you got it. I'm taking my leave of Quill. Not just like you did for me back when you gave me my freedom. I'm gonna do everything I can for her. So, that's your idea of freedom, Gunvolt? Yeah. Very well. We're no longer required to obey our orders. Your name will be removed from our roster. Hey, come on you guys. What are you saying here? Seriously, dudes? This is overdoing it, no? It's fine. Thanks for everything, Monica. Zeno. I was right, it was Zeno. Nice. Yeah. So the game starts by us quitting our job. Now we gotta find a new job. And she's Jewel.
これが私と GV の出会いでした。私はきっと生涯忘れることはないでしょう。私に自由をくれた青の翼のことを。たとえその自由が束の間のものだったとしても。
Very neat. Very neat indeed. So yeah, that will do it for the first part of Gunvolt 1. Got a lot of story here. There was a lot of mechanics that I wanted to go over, but yeah, let me know what you thought in the comments, and see you next time for part 2. Have a good one.